Welcome to my channel SB Quotes. 43 courageous quotes to help you face your deepest fears. Courage is not something that you already have that makes you brave when the tough times start. Courage is what you earn when you've been through the tough times and you discover they aren't so tough after all. Have the courage to act instead of react. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. A coward is incapable of exhibiting love, it is the prerogative of the brave. Everyone has talent. What's rare is the courage to follow it to the dark places where it leads. Courage conquers all things, it even gives strength to the body. Life is not about living the safer option. Life is about living a life worth living. Robert there. The only alternative to a shuddering paralysis is to leap into action regardless of the consequences. There are no easy answers, but there are simple answers. We must have the courage to do what we know is morally right. Many people will choose unhappiness over uncertainty. Don't do it. Uncertainty is where new happens. It trades the reassuring comfort of certainty for a shifting, delicate, and fragile balancing act of propositions. Uncertainty is a license to explore. He is a man of courage who does not run away, but remains at his post and fights against the enemy. Have the courage to be who you are, not what people expect you to be. You need to have faith in yourself. Be brave and take risks. You don't have to have it all figured out to move forward. Some people believe holding on and hanging in there are signs of great strength. However, there are times when it takes much more strength to know when to let go and then do it. Only when we are no longer afraid do we begin to live. It is only through labor and painful effort, by grim energy and resolute courage, that we move on to better things. We ought to face our destiny with courage. The more you are motivated by love, the more fearless and freer your action will be. Courage is like love, it must have hope for nourishment. Real courage is knowing what faces you and knowing how to face it. The hard choices, what we most fear doing, asking, saying, these are very often exactly what we most need to do. If you have a dream, don't just sit there. Gather courage to believe that you can succeed and leave no stone unturned to make it a reality. Courage is on display every day, and only the courageous wring the most out of life. The principal act of courage is to endure and withstand dangers doggedly rather than to attack them. If you want to get an idea of a friend's temperament, ethics, and personal elegance, you need to look at him under the tests of severe circumstances, not under the regular rosy glow of daily life. Let go of your need for comfort and security. Creative endeavors are by their nature uncertain. In all realms of life, it takes courage to stretch your limits, express your power, and fulfill your potential. Courage is very important. Like a muscle, it is strengthened by use. Freedom is the sure possession of those alone who have the courage to defend it. Don't avoid something frightening if it stands in your way. Every man has his own courage, and is betrayed because he seeks in himself the courage of other persons. It's the heart afraid of breaking that never learns to dance. Courage is risking the known for the unknown, the familiar for the unfamiliar. Here is the world. Beautiful and terrible things will happen. Don't be afraid. Stand for something or you will fall for anything. Today's mighty oak is yesterday's nut that held its ground. It takes courage for a person to listen to his own goodness and act on it. He who jumps into the void owes no explanation to those who stand and watch. Courage consists not in hazarding without fear, but being resolutely minded in a just cause. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. It does not take courage to kill. It takes courage to live. Death is nothing, but to live defeated is to die every day. With courage you will dare to take risks, have the strength to be compassionate, and the wisdom to be humble. Courage is the foundation of integrity. Courage doesn't mean you don't get afraid. Courage means you don't let fear stop you. People are weak because when challenged, they opt for the path of least resistance. Taking the path of least resistance makes them weaker still and thus more likely to opt for the path of least resistance again in the future. It's a deadly cycle. Thanks so much for your watching. God bless you.